Hey everyone, this is P4L, and we're live with Vans Toys FT10 Phoenix, their version of the masterpiece Skyfire, G1 Skyfire. I've already done a review of the sample of this guy, a pre-production sample. We're actually going to do a live unboxing and live stream for everyone. Just got this guy in today. I haven't opened him. He's sealed in plastic, so while I just kind of talk about the figure while we open it up. But they did package him up in some nice protective plastic. I don't even know how this opens up, but it's quite a large box. It's something like almost 5 pounds when it's all said and done. Probably should have thought this through before. It's probably not particularly interesting to see me unwrap the plastic part, but it's quite huge. So here he is. I think Unicron WMD again did the artwork for this guy. Phoenix on top, Phoenix on the side, his alt mode, and then the back here. A really long bio, but we've already kind of seen this, and then it's sealed with the Vans Toys sticker, and again some stuff on the bottom. So let me get a little X-Acto knife while we cut this open. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to go through this live stream. I already did a review with the transformation and everything like that, so I think we'll probably still do one just for folks who want to see it. And then, as always with these live streams, a lot of folks like to see a bunch of comparisons. I'll try to do that, but keep in mind I don't keep a lot of my figures in alt mode, so I don't have any like Seekers in alt mode just lying around. We do have his instruction manual as well as his stat card. Let's open that up real quick. As always, I got this figure from Toy Dojo. The stat card here. This is actually a render. I kind of recognize the render from early reveals. And the bio is in probably like 5 or 6 font. And he has a half point. I don't know if they've ever shown a half point before, but maybe they have. I think they typically follow the G1 stats. And then the instruction manual. Let's see if there's anything good here. So it doesn't look like, a lot of people asked if they included a full stand. I don't think they did, but we'll go ahead and take a look here. Saying something about this transformation. Interesting. Alright. Alright, the transformation is pretty straightforward, so we'll go through that. And then it says prepare a screwdriver. Oh yeah, we already showed this before, right? So in my review, how to install it on the existing figure stand that you got with Soar or Galvatron and so forth. And then the storage. Alright, so that's not particularly interesting. Let's go ahead and cut this open. Again, big styrofoam container that we've been getting with Vans Toys releases. I don't know if I like these. Oh yeah, that's actually a little bit easier. Styrofoam is really nostalgic, but really quite messy. So we do get some plastic to protect the extra pieces. So this is a translucent eye piece and the additional chest piece if you want to swap the chest labels for Decepticon or Autobot. Here's the figure stand. Again, it's the attachment that goes on with Soar or I think Galvatron's flight stand. His one weapon with the weird peg sticking out to one side. It doesn't look like they changed anything here. They didn't add any like paint or anything like this. Alright, so here he is all squashed up. Sorry about that. So yeah, he's all slightly mistransformed. Oh, there's some stuff on his wings too. So one of the things I noticed late in the review period of the sample is that there was some paint rub on the wingtips that would rub off on the white portions of his backpack. So just be careful when you do that because it can push all the way back and you might get some paint rub. So just be careful there. All right. As far as transformation, it looks like a couple of pieces are not fully transformed. Like this neck piece here is supposed to go into this slot. Let's actually lift that up. I find it a bit easier if you go ahead and stick this into the slot first and then push forward on the head. That locks the connection up a little bit easier than just trying to stick it in the other way. You can extend the forearm, the biceps. Little random pieces of styrofoam folding down. Let's see, with the leg, there's a little button here, but you don't need to do it to extend it. Just push it in to collapse it, and we'll show that off a little bit later as well. And then lastly, it looks like the only other thing is you have to open up these flaps on the side of each of the foot to get the ankle out. Close that up. Oh, a little QC sticker again. You're going to flip this heel part out, and that gives you access to the toe. Let's just take that off. Number 33, you did a good job QCing mine. Well, I guess we'll see. Same thing on the other side. Open that up. Rotate the entire foot assembly down. Get the ankle out and the toe unfolded. Close that back up. And I think right there we have everything fully transformed into his robot mode. So again, this stuff I'm not really going to go over. It's the same piece here on his chest. How do you get this off? Might need a little spudger or something like that to reach in here. So it's just this little slotted piece, and you can put an Autobot or Decepticon symbol in here. Push that right in. And then the other piece is the eyepiece. If you want instructions on how that works, you just go ahead and flip that around here and unscrew it. Alright, so I haven't been paying attention to the chat. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put that in the chat section below. Let me scooch this up a bit. The gun, again, has a little tabbing section in his hand. Open this all up, and you'll have a little slot here. And there's actually a little rounded piece. I don't know if you can see it. I can see him compare. Can I see him compared? Hey, Alan. Differences from the test shot? I literally just opened them up. I don't see any differences aside from possibly some paint on the wing piece. So I referenced the paint on the wing tips here before. I think this might be slightly remolded, or I don't remember if this shape is actually the same shape as before. But otherwise, this all looks the same here in terms of the wing pieces here. Yeah, as far as I can tell, it still has the chrome stuff here. No, no remolding on the wings on the backpack. No, I don't think so. This looks exactly the same. It's these things are angled this way, but they feel a lot more sturdy. They don't fall off as easily. Knights of Icon, I don't have a Generations leader Jetfire, unfortunately. Yeah, no, Alan, they don't pop off as easily as before, but if you do force it, I'm sure they will pop off. But I think this guy still looks really, really incredible. He looks really nice. And again, just to give you a quick comparison of what you're getting in terms of size, here he is with an MP10. Knights of Icon, like I said, I don't have the Generations mold of Jetfire. Yeah, it's probably the lighting that I have here. I can't, unfortunately, with YouTube Live, I can't adjust any of the camera settings, so the exposure and stuff like that is going to be a little bit off. So I can't adjust it on my camera app like I normally would, and I can't, unfortunately, do any post-production on this since this is live. So it's not yellow. It's definitely really, really white. In terms of paint applications, it looks like it's the same. Again, this is one of the things that people asked about, the chrome die-cast pieces here. People were hoping that it might just go to a flat red. That's not the case. They did keep this in a metallic red, but it does look really good. It's nice chrome die-cast. Most of the foot is die-cast. these pieces are die cast, and then there's some inner working pieces that are die cast that we'll see during transformation. Will do a quick transformation, so he is fairly simple. I don't know what they were talking about with the instructions. They were talking about like you can press this elbow piece. I'm not really sure, because you can actually hide this elbow joint inside the arm like this. And I don't know what they were talking about. Unfortunately, I don't read Chinese, so it looked like what it was saying is you can push this or something like that to lock it. Who knows? I'm sure once you get it, you'll be able to figure it out. Is it a buy? Yeah, Jeff, definitely it is a buy. He's really quite nice, and he's not that expensive, as expensive as you might think. I think he's like $220, and most of the Dinobots are like $200, and some of the limited ones are even more than this guy. He's really quite solid. He doesn't feel hollow or anything like that. If your alternative is Kronos, then yeah, big buy. He's way better than Kronos. Kronos, I got rid of Kronos a long time ago, 1000 Wolves, so unfortunately I don't have that. He doesn't have silver paint. He still does have that kind of flat gray. It is a little off-white, more of a grayish color than white, I would say. I don't know if that's easily coming up. And again, sorry for the resolution. YouTube Live only allows me to film in 720, so unfortunately I can't get anything better than this. But I really like the face sculpt. Fans Toys has been pretty notorious for having fans dislike the face sculpts that they have. This one looks quite nice. Same size as Kronos. I believe this guy's a little bit taller than Kronos. Yeah, I apologize. I just don't have it. So Robert Richardson, he comes in it's kind of a stumpy, basically like this. He has his legs collapsed like this, and his foot partially transformed. So he comes kind of like this, and his arms collapsed. So he's not in either mode. He's just in a goofy, let's get him as small as possible in packaging. So really quickly, let's go through some articulation. We've done this before, but let's go ahead and do it again. He does have a swivel at the neck, good up, not really a lot of down. You don't get a lot of down with most Transformer figures, just because of the chin and everything like that. He could definitely benefit from it since he is so big. Here, let's get him. We'll just keep him in the background. He's not doing anything harmful. He does have ratcheted shoulders. I wish they were a little bit tighter, but they're not bad. These feel nice. Going outwards feels really nice. He does have these shoulder pieces that you can actually move a little bit as well. Some silver paint details. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have a double jointed elbow. So here and then here. He does have a wrist swivel. As well, that's actually a wrist ball joint, I think. So you do have a little cutout here that allows him to get his hand out. Alan, I don't have easy access to MP Starscream. I can bring out another Seeker really quickly. Well, I'll bring out a Conehead. So here he is next to the official. This is the official MP. What am I thinking? Thrust. Nothing can fit in his cockpit, unfortunately. You can open it up and you can see some diecast, but there's way too small. Spike and anyone else cannot fit in it. Not diecast, there's chrome in there, not diecast. But you can see a Seeker comes out about halfway to this guy. Move him off to the side. Where were we with in terms of articulation? So he can come out like this and kind of get Iron Man blaster pose. He does have a ball jointed thumb that come around this way and swivel around. He has two hinges for the thumb. All of his fingers are hinged with pins so they can spread out like this, as well as swivels here and individual joints. So he has quite a lot of articulation. The best hands from Fans Toys for sure, and they're quite solid. I hope to see more of these in their future figures. Coming down to the midsection, he doesn't really have a waist swivel. I showed this before. So the way the waist and mid body kind of work is it is locked into place by this crotch piece here, but also these two tabs that come in from the abdomen or oblique area. 1000 Wolves, I didn't get it early. It is released. Toy Dojo got this sent to me directly, so that's why I got it a bit quicker than everyone else. But they also have it in stock right now, so if you're looking for one, Toy Dojo does have it in stock. So you can see I untabbed this, and you can see a slot here. If you do that, you actually get a tiny bit of waist swivel. It's mistransformed when you do it this way, but it is possible. And otherwise, this swivel that actually exists here doesn't serve any other purpose. Yeah, Zucchina, it's not really because I'm a reviewer. I just got it from Toy Dojo, and they are my sponsor, so they always try to get me stuff as soon as possible. This is a full release from them. Planet X Optimus. Sorry, I don't collect any of the Planet X line. Sorry, nice. You're asking for all these comparisons, and I unfortunately just don't have any of the things that you're asking for. Ask me for like some more MP stuff. I can do some of that. Since that's what I mostly collect, but I don't really collect a lot of other lines. So continuing on with Articulation, he does have ratcheted legs. You do get some limitation. There's no hip skirt right there, so he is limited in how far he can go forward. He can go quite a bit back, but then he runs into the backpack, and that's more of the obstruction than anything else, than actual limitation of that joint. Let's see, going out to the side here. Robert Richardson, I already did that at the very beginning. Downshift. Yeah, I will show him with rumble in just a second. Thigh swivel. 90-degree knee bend. And then I don't think he has anything else here at the lower leg. He does have, again, some ankle covers or something like that. But then he does have ankle tilts forward and back, separate heel spur and toe, and even toe tip. And he does have ankle tilt this way. It's more limitation on actual space, but he can get some inward ankle and outward ankle tilt. Not a whole lot. It could go a lot more. The mechanism could go a lot more. It's just that it's just limited by the actual molding of the foot. There we go. I don't know what this is. Oh, I can do cool things. Look, bubbles. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, I'll go back. I don't know why this came up, but gave me some options. His backpack's not bad though. I mean, he always had a backpack, so I don't think this is anything ridiculous or obscene in terms of the size of his backpack. So I think that's it really for Articulation. Aside from the backpack, you can fold these wings down, but obviously that's for transformation really. I don't know why this isn't tapping in very securely. Anyway, so yeah, that's what you get in terms of robot mode. Did anybody have any quick comparisons or anything they want to see Skyfire or Phoenix next to? Again, mostly MP stuff would be something I can do. I don't really have a large collection of third-party stuff. MP36, yeah, Giuseppe, I can do that. Can you do a kneel pose? Let's see. Van Tam kicks? I don't know if he can do Van Tam kicks, but he can spread out quite wide. And he does have a lot of die-cast in the foot, so I can imagine he can probably, if you had the desire to do so, you could probably get him to do this without him falling over. He is pretty solid overall. Squeaky, but solid. Here he is with the regular MP8X. So this is the official one, not the oversized Grimlock or anything like that. MP36 Megatron. You guys should have an idea of what this looks like since he's basically head-to-head with MP10. But that's how he looks. Anti-Booth combiners. I do have some combiners. It just depends on what you're looking for. I have Green Giant. I have some Combiner Wars. Superion. The backpack can't come detached. I mean, it's connected down here and up here with pin joints, so there is not designed to be removed. Devastator, what Devastator? I only have Green Giant right now. I'm waiting on my Toy World, and I don't have a Combiner Wars one. So I can bring you Green Giant, but that's probably the best Devastator I have for comparison right now. Oh no. And then somebody asked for Rumble. Here he is with Rumble. Yes, for me, Rumble will always be blue. Forever blue. Give me 1 second while I get a Devastator. Alright, here he is next to Green Giant. This is quite an old figure. But really, he's the only Devastator I currently have, so not really a good comparison. Here he is with a Legends Shockwave, if you guys wanted to see what he looks like next to a Legends figures. Why do you have 2 Autobot logos on Optimus Prime? Yeah, I got that from somebody else, so they had already installed those labels, so I just left it on. Way to be judgmental about how I want to do my stickers. Jeez. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Any other comparisons? MP Ultra Magnus, I do, but he's like way back in my display shelf behind like 7 figures, so I'd really not want to do that. I don't have any of the Toy World Coneheads, unfortunately. They're just too big for me, and I go with official. I don't have a grinder. I'm not planning on collecting grinder. I might do the X version, but right now I didn't really like the version of grinder that they had with the dinosaur head, so I passed on that. I don't have a Generations Ultra Magnus. Knights of Icon, if you ask me for mostly Hasbro stuff, I'm probably not going to have it. Any Dinobots? Sure, I already showed them with MP8X here. I'll probably get the grinder, the 8X version of grinder, eventually, since they're releasing the new head, which I like. About the size of Feral Rex. He's actually probably a little bit taller than Feral Rex, I would say, but probably fairly close. Unfortunately, I just don't have a really good, easy way to get Feral Rex out from my stand. Here he is with Slag, but did you guys want robot mode comparisons? That probably makes sense, right? You guys probably want. Downshift, I don't have Generation Toy Devastator. Compare it with a soda can. I don't drink soda. This is the best I have in terms of drinks. I don't drink soda, unfortunately. Another thing that some people sometimes use is the Tamiya paint. If you guys want an actual measurement, give me a second. In terms of actual height, he's about, to the top of the head, he's basically 14 inches tall. In centimeters, that's, what is that, 36 centimeters or so? MP Bumblebee. I do have MP Bumblebee. Give me a second. Here he is with Spike. Here he is. Tiny Spike. MP Bumblebee. Yeah, it's hard to get this entire guy in frame, unfortunately. Let's get him out of here. I don't think many collectors even have this guy anymore, but I still really enjoy him. I will be getting the Toy World box set eventually, probably in July, since I missed out on the first shipment. And I snuck a wheelie in here. They're X-Transbots version 2 wheelie, or Ollie, I guess, if that's what you want to call him. Robot mode for Dinobots. I don't have any robot mode versions, I don't think. Let me see. Do I have anybody in robot mode? Yeah, I don't have anybody in Star Saber. I don't know where my Star Saber is. Oh, he's over there. He's pretty far back. Here, let me just do some other comparisons as opposed to Star Saber, because he's just gonna be really hard to grab. Here he is with Unique Toys. I think Unique Toys Blur. They're Runman, or I forget what they actually call him. Runman. He had like 2 different names. And then if you want to see him next to maybe Official Ironhide and another Fans Toys figure here, I'll bring out Fans Toys Tesla. An oldie, but still a pretty good figure. Could you put him on the shelf so we can see him with your collection? I don't even know if he could fit in any of my shelves right now. I have like no space. Yeah, unfortunately, he's probably gonna have to. I'm gonna probably have to rearrange my collection just to get him to fit in. Unfortunately, so I'm not gonna do that today. But I have shown off my collection in previous live streams. All right, so before I go on with transformation, a really quick transformation. Hopefully, I remember how to do it. If you guys have any last minute requests, again, I can't meet everyone's request for every single figure since I don't have every figure, but hopefully I can get to some X-Transbot. Who? X-Transbot what? X-Transbot, I don't know. His accessories, he doesn't really come with it. These are his accessories. So he has an alternate chest plate for his symbol here. Alternate eyes, so this is translucent blue eyes. I showed this off in an installation video for the pre-production sample. And this is the flight stand attachment. So this will be used in alt mode only, and you have to have another stand from their Galvatron. I don't remember what it is called. Their Galvatron or their Soar, their Swoop. I do have Beast Garura actually. He's downstairs right now. Give me 10 seconds and I'll be back. Alright, Beast Garura from Perfect Effect, who's also a pretty large figure. There we go. You think his head's a bit big or too small? I think his head's probably pretty good. Where can you buy the clear stand for Phoenix? I have no idea. Yeah, the lack of flight stand is a little lame. 74 Shazam. I think he's definitely worth the entry price for this guy. Like I was saying, he's only like $220, and he's way bigger and way cooler than most of the Fans Toys Dinobots. So I would say if you have any attachment, I think he's an easy justification of $220. It'd be nice if he had a little bit more accessories, but yeah, he does have side to side. It's just kind of limited by the molding on the leg itself, but he does have it, as well as forward and back. Okay, he can hold the gun with both hands. It doesn't really matter. And then he has a peg here. Man, I haven't explored it. Maybe he has somewhere they can store this in robot mode. It doesn't look like it, but he does have a storage in alt mode. Speaking of alt mode, let's go ahead and do a transformation. I haven't done this in a while since I had the pre-production sample, so I'm not sure if I'm going to remember this very smoothly. But if you want a smooth transformation, go look at that original video that I put out for him. But you're going to want to curl up the fist. I do remember that. And the fist open up like this. And I think you have to... I think you can't just do it like this. Oh, yeah, you can. It looks like you might be able to. Not enough clearance. I think maybe you have to turn the fist like this. Son of a gun. I'm already failing on the first transformation, the easiest part of this transformation. I just don't remember how to get the fist in. Oh, okay, so that seems like it works. You're going to collapse the arm like so at the bicep joint. Same thing on this side. Get the fist kind of wrapped in. Close that up. And I think what we need to do, oh, actually, sorry. I forget which way, you have to have it collapsed in a way so that when you flip the arms in, I think this might be right. All right, so the next, I actually like doing with the lower body first because they're pretty easy. You're just gonna want to open up this piece, close up the toe, and then the foot, and then get the heel back. Close this up like so. Same thing on this side, open this up. We're gonna close the tip first, then the foot, like this, and then rotate that up. Closing that off. Let's go ahead and unpeg the crotch piece. That's one of the two major forces that keep the upper body and lower body kind of connected. And then you want to pull down on these hips so they untab. And they're going to want to rock up. And you'll see these tab will go into this new tab down here. Like that. Alright. And then you can go ahead and collapse the leg by pressing this button on the back of the knee. When you push this up, you get this hip skirt tabbed in there. And then on the inside, you can see another tab right there that goes into the inner part of the leg. Come on. Why is it collapsing? There we go. All right. What else do we need to do? I'll go ahead and pull up on the head to release the neck in this part, and you'll flip that down. And you can just leave that like this for now. We need to flip open these pieces, and they're going to come all the way back around and fold down on itself. You can pull up on this nose cone piece. Let me remember how to do the head. The head has kind of accordion back. And again, I haven't done this in a while, but I think it accordions back like that. And you'll see it come underneath here, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully it's something like that. Bring this up. You have this little flap in here. It's in two pieces. You're going to need to bend it just to push it through. And then straighten it out like that. I'm going to have to open this piece here. That'll give you access to the tip of the alt mode. Down here, there's actually additional mechanisms, die-cast pieces in here. It's hard to reach, so what I typically do is actually get the landing gear open, and then you can kind of push through from the inside like so, and you'll release this. And you'll extend it like so. All right. And you can see how this all kind of works. This will come down and attach right here when we get to that point. But for now, leave it like so. We're gonna pull forward on his pecs. They're on sliding rails. They're quite tight though, so just be careful. If I'm not mistaken, we're gonna need to fold. I thought we had to fold this piece. Is it back? Okay, yeah, so fold this piece back like so. The arm's basically gonna kind of work in like this. Am I messing something up? I should have practiced this before, but I started doing this live. I don't think this is fully extended. Okay. This should just rotate through. This is a live stream fail. Okay, yeah, alright, we're getting something. Oh, okay. That's what's causing me problems. So, remember how I talked about how this double jointed elbow piece can actually bend in? I think what needs to be done is it needs to transform flush like this. Yeah, I do kind of remember that now. And so that will allow you to fold these two pieces, maybe twist them in to sit flush with each other. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. And so once you do that, you have tabs here. This will hold this entire piece together. You gotta rotate this out to the side though on the sliding die cast pieces, and then once you have that done, you can kind of slide it back in. Alright, so we're mostly done now. Go ahead and tab this die cast piece into the waist, and then you can close up the crotch piece. The backpack is pretty interesting. So it does two things. It expands wider and it gets longer. So to expand it wider, you have to untab this piece and then pull outward on the on these red pieces, and then flip this back up. Oh, there's a piece in here I forgot. It's a space filler. You open that up, and that fills in the gap that's created when you open up the two halves. All right, open up these thruster areas here, and they extend down, and then these tabs will collapse into place. The wings will extend like this, and then collapse to secure in place, and then you come underneath and open up these flaps on the underside to make the wings a bit thicker. Get the wings down like this, and then lastly you can go ahead and rock this entire backpack back, and it tabs in right here. Flip these up a little bit, and there I think we have Skyfire in alt mode, and he's really, really big. Let's back up a little bit, and he does have landing gear on his knees. You open this up and gotta kind of reach in here to get this out, like so. And then we already showed off the front landing gear before. There's two doors. This one here, this piece there. And I don't even know if I can fit this guy in my shooting area. There we go. Not too bad. He's a little bit off, but he's really, really big. To give you an idea, here he is with like streak. Here he is next to a Dinobot. So his wing almost goes over the back of Slag here. In terms of wingspan, you can see just how wide he is. His weapon storage in alt mode is pretty weak. All it is this little tab here, and it goes into one of these holes. I think it's this one, or maybe it's this one. There's a couple holes, and you can just basically just peg it in. Looks pretty silly, honestly. Robert Richardson, I do have MP Starscream. I just don't have any of my Seekers or any of my Coneheads in alt mode, unfortunately. Yeah, you can do it like this. You have various options for the storage. It would have been kind of cool if you had an option down here, but you don't. And as far as the flight stand goes, remember these die-cast pieces here? There's actually two pieces where I think I was supposed to flip the head around when I transformed it. I'm not really sure, but you can see this is kind of molded in the angle. It's this way, and it has a little slot here. And it's supposed to fit in between the die-cast pieces and shove up here, and it'll hold it. It holds it pretty well. Like I said, I think I might have mistransformed. Yeah, it looks like I mistransformed him a bit. I think I was supposed to turn the head around backwards, so I apologize for that, but yeah, this is supposed to basically come in and pinch the die-cast pieces. This is fairly easy to install. It's just one, I think, or two screws on the flight stand. I showed that off in the original review. Hey, Farshad, I'm not going to install the flight stand. I've already shown that off in the previous review, and I just don't feel like taking down my swoop, disassembling it, and reassembling it just to show you guys something I've already showed you. I do have Downbeat, Knights of Icon, but I don't have them in alt mode. Do you want to see? Did you want to see Downbeat compared to him in robot mode? Farshad, it probably wobbled because a lot of different things. You can tighten the what's it called? Wingspan for swoop. I do have swoop. Give me a second. So as far as wingspan goes, it looks like swoop might be slightly wider. Yeah, it looks like it's slightly wider. Jorge, I already showed the waist swivel, the pseudo waist swivel. It's kind of you have to kind of mistransform it to actually make use of the waist swivel. If you go back earlier, you can see that. Yeah, he's super solid in both modes. And it's really well done. It has nice translucent plastic, and even underneath here, they have vacuum chrome pieces that you really are never going to get to see, but they work really well through the blue plastic. So you can see this one. This is chromed out here. And it looks really nice through here. Even the chroming shines through this translucent blue. And overall, he feels really solid, really heavy, lots of die cast. Like I said, the shipping weight of the box is close to 5 pounds. The paint is awfully clean. The lines here, even white, which white on red is typically kind of hard to get coverage on, but they did a really good job, really clean lines everywhere. I don't have any issues, at least from what I can see in terms of paint applications. The gray, the gunmetal metallic gray here on the vents is really nice. Here, the silver. So I have no complaints with this guy, really. He's really well compared, priced, but and way bigger than you probably would expect. He's going to be probably the biggest figure in your collection next to some combiners. Show the stand next to MP. Show the stand next to MP Starscream in jet mode. Yeah, there's no stand. Rank this guy with my other. He's probably my favorite Fans Toys release to date. I didn't really love Grinder. I thought he was kind of safe, but as far as well, I don't know. Their Sludge was really good as well too. But I have more of an attachment to Skyfire than I do Sludge as an individual figure. So I think this guy is probably my favorite Fans Toys release to date, which is high praise for a figure that, for a company that is highly praised as the best in third parties. Yeah, their stomp is really good. I do really like their stomp, but their Grinder I thought was kind of middling. It didn't do enough for me, so I don't own that right now. Their Galvatron I thought was kind of like, I don't know. But I think they did a really good job. Like these small touches, like making the wings a little bit wider by allowing these flaps to exist. I mean, you can get it thinner if you want, and I think this doesn't look bad even with these wings. But they went the extra mile to get it a little bit thicker, and I think this is actually more accurate to the shape of the wing in the cartoon as well. So the thrusters in robot mode, they're hidden in alt mode. So the thrusters are right here. You open up his foot, and you can kind of leave it out if you want. I showed this before. If you want to have the thrusters showing, you can kind of go like this. But that's not the intended transformation. But it doesn't look bad. It's up to you how you want to transform him, obviously. But it's supposed to curl up like this, and he's supposed to be making use of these thrusters on his backpack, or his fast pack if you're a Macross guy. I expect I'll prefer X-Transbot's Galvatron. Yeah, I don't know. His toes, yeah, most of his foot has die-cast. I showed him. You like him better than MP Megatron? So it depends. I don't know. I do really enjoy MP Megatron. I think it's pretty much an engineering marvel. I think this guy probably looks better overall in his two modes than I would say Megatron does. And the transformation is definitely not as harrowing as MP36. I wish there was a way to make the feet come up to the top of the thrusters in jet mode. I don't know if that's accurate though. Sovereign sure has more paint. Yeah, that's true. He's not painted like Sovereign is, but I mean he does have a lot of paint. Like all this stuff is painted here. But yeah, by and large, most of the figure is molded in plastic. But he does have die-cast here. A lot of die-cast in the lower leg, which is nice, and most of the landing gear too. So this is all die-cast. Part of his landing gear is die-cast. Parts of in here are die-cast. So they did a really good job. I definitely have no qualms recommending this guy. Especially, again, for the price, I think he's very reasonably priced. Sovereign has high-quality metallic paint. Die-cast toes, yeah. A&T Booth, I've already mentioned this. His entire foot is die-cast. His heel, not at the very tip, but this part here. So the tip, I think, is the only part that's not. Maybe, yeah. So the very tip is not, but this heel is, and this main section of his foot seems to be die-cast. This is all die-cast here as well. Alright, so I'm going to transform it back because people are joining a little bit late and I want to show them the alt mode really quick. I mean the robot mode very quickly. So the foot is very easy again. Just open up these ankle pieces, pull this out, rock out the heel like that. Alright, the next thing we'll do is untab the legs and pull down. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. The heels, the legs come untabbed here and in here from the insides of the legs, and then you just depress the button to get it to collapse. But when you extend it, you just have to give it a pull. I don't think you have to press the button. Come on. I'm having trouble with this one leg earlier too. There we go. There's his lower body for the most part. You do want to open up the crotch like this. Later, you mongrel. And then untab here and here to get the waist down like this. And that will tab back in up there. And you're supposed to close this up, but you actually need to close this up later. We'll just close it up now just for stability. The backpack, we'll fold these down, flip this up, collapse these on their double hinges, fold this down. The wings again extend and fold back on themselves. Come on. There we go. Fold these up, extend them in these two joints, fold them back up, and you want to rotate up here. As I mentioned before, there is yellow paint on the tips. Oh, sorry. on the tips here. Just be careful when you close it up because they might get some paint rub on the white portions here. So just be careful when you fold these up, okay? Untab this main backpack section, flip this up and in, and that will allow you to collapse horizontally, I guess. I don't know what that was, yeah. And then retab that in. All right. Now coming to the upper body, the first thing I do is pull out on the chest, which is very, this sliding joint is really tight on this one, which is good, I suppose, but it's almost scary tight. Let me get my spudger out. It has to go out to the side. I feel like I might be doing something wrong, but I don't think so. I got through this fairly easily before. But there are a lot of tabs which make the transformation quite secure. Up here. There we go. But I'm having trouble with this section. So the chest pieces slide out from here. Come on. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but there's nothing else keeping it in place. And they slide out on these die-cast pieces, these die-cast rails. Yeah, I'm struggling. This is kind of embarrassing for somebody who usually has a pretty good handle on transformation. There we go, finally. I have no idea why this side is not coming out. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on here. I feel like it's like locked into place somewhere, but there's nothing. This side came out, so it's supposed to come around like this. So you collapse it in like this. It's supposed to just slide out. I don't know what's going on with this side. I might need some like lube or something to get this open. Oh, there we go. Son of a bee. I have no idea what's going on with this one. Ah, finally. So this rotates to the front, like so. From up here, kind of untab all of this nose cone section. Like this flips down like so. This will close up on itself twice, like this. The nose cone will flip down right there, and this will come back up and tab in on both sides. All right, let's get the arms down. The arms just rotate out on this swinging hinge. Go ahead and collapse the chest. I think the issue with mine is, I think the screw here is probably too tight. I'll probably loosen it later because it's making transformation very difficult. Once you have that, you can flip out this one piece on the side of the chest that acts as like a filler here. Chest will come down like this. The head will pop out up and around. Pull this up. And again, as I said before, you have to keep the crotch unpegged so that you can transform this piece. And then you can close it up. Flip these panels like that to secure the chest piece. On the backpack, it's on the double hinge up here. Flip this up. Get it into the neck slot on the back like this, and then just push forward on the backpack, and that makes the transformation way easier for the neck, I would say. Did I do something wrong here? Again, coming back up to the neck piece, go ahead and push that forward, and that tabs in. Finally, we're done with all the difficult pieces. Now you just extend the forearms, open up the fists like so, close that back up, open this up, close that back up, and then with the forearm here, you just get the little triangle piece out like that. And with that, we're finally back in robot mode. So for those of us who joined a little bit later, we started off in robot mode, we're back in robot mode. If you have any questions, let me know, but if you don't, we'll go ahead and end this fairly early. Do you have those two plates where the Autobot logo goes? Yeah, so as I said, the only accessories you get are the gun and the alternate eyepiece, which is just a translucent eyepiece. I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't look very good. And then you have this secondary chest piece. So it's just a duplicate of this piece here. And it just basically allows you to have an Autobot symbol version and a Decepticon symbol version. And you can go ahead and just slot this in. So in case you want to be able to swap that out. For sure, I don't have any of my Dinobots in robot mode. I could do maybe a quick transformation, but overall, here, let me just try to do that really quickly while you guys have questions. Any other questions in robot mode? You guys want to see anything else while I'm transforming this figure? Brawn. I do have Brawn. Give me a second. Here he is with Arcos. Let's get him back here. So that's X-Transbot's Beachcomber. No alternate faces or anything like that. Like I said, those three accessories are all you get. There he is with Batcube Brawn. His posing is actually quite nice. He can't do a full like kneeling pose, mostly just because, here, let's get these guys out the way. He doesn't have a hip skirt on the front, so he can't get all the way up. That's basically as high as his hips will allow him to go. So that limits him from being able to do like a full kneeling pose, unfortunately. But in terms of posability, he's quite nice. Somebody asked about the waist articulation. I already went over this before. He does have a waist swivel, but it's limited because of the transformation. So those tabs that went into the side of his hips, you can actually pull those out like this. You can see the tabs slots being revealed. Because of the crotch also holds the upper and lower body together, you can kind of get away with doing this. So you release those tabs, and then you get a little bit of waist swivel. Like, I'm talking like less than 10 degrees waist swivel. But it's a mistransformation if you want to do that. Again, you're supposed to have this tabbed in like that, and that's the proper transformation. But by and large, I think for a figure this size, he has a lot of good articulation. Most of his joints are ratcheted. He has all the other like kind of bells and whistles in terms of articulation you would want. It's just that the range is not as great as some of the smaller figures. But he can go up, he can go out, do his finger pointing thing, whatever you want to do. He has double jointed elbows, so if you grab his gun, and since his fingers are articulated, they actually can get into this slot here on his blaster, his rifle. You can actually get his pointer finger actually in there. Like so. Get his fist around. So I think he does have a lot of great articulation for such a large figure. Did somebody ask for... Oh, sorry, I didn't finish transforming the Dinobot. I'm trying to transform Slag right now. But you guys got to give me a second to actually kind of do that, since I store my Dinobots in robot mode just because... in Dino mode, because that's just how I think of them. Faster. Okay, faster. Hey, Samsa Chum, how's it going? Thanks for joining. We've already gone through robot mode, alt mode, transformation, both ways, and now we're back in robot mode. So we're probably going to finish off pretty soon. Tony 77. I've shown my face off quite a bit. I mean, I've done giveaways and stuff like that, so I haven't hidden my face or anything like that. So you can probably see that, and I think I've shown it before in other videos. But if you look at any of my giveaway videos, those are mostly me talking, so you can see my face there. Nothing to brag about. Yeah, it's not worth noting. My face is nothing special for sure. Just an Asian dude. Okay, this is good enough. He's not fully transformed, but you'll get an idea of how big he is in terms of height. I didn't transform the leg, but you get the idea, right? He's huge. If Slag is this big, and he's that much bigger, you can tell he's a big guy. Hey, Dolko, how's it going, man? Any plans to get Terminus Heximus? Oh yeah, I definitely will get their Omega Supreme for sure. Let's see. Do you guys have any other questions? Yeah, that's Slag, not Snarl. Snarl is their, I forget what their name of his is. Any differences from the review copy? Yeah, so the review copy was basically finished. Like I said in my review of that, he felt like he could be released. I don't see any additional changes that they made. Maybe some tolerance changes overall, but you can tell he still has Fans Toys patented squeaky plastic. But in terms of overall quality, it looks like the paint is still really well applied, really clean. The only thing I noted before is that there is yellow paint here, so that when you transform this, there is some collision, so you might get some paint transfer. So I would just be careful there. I think that's the only difference that I noted. These pieces are a little bit more solid. They don't fly off as easily. But other than that, no, I don't think there's really that much difference. They didn't change this. They didn't change any colors as far as I can tell. So he's still quite solid. Highly recommended. Did I miss anything else? I used to hate those squeaks when I first got MP10 KO, but they grew on you. Yeah. Reason for the delay, maybe too many orders. Yeah, the orders, they've already sold out of the first batch. So if you haven't ordered this guy, I would highly recommend doing it, because a lot of retailers have already sold out of their first batch. Alright, so we're coming up just over an hour. Do you guys have any other questions? I'm happy to stay on a little bit longer to do some more comparisons or answer some more questions, but by and large, he's a really solid figure. My opinion of him from when I did the sample review has not changed at all. I still highly recommend him. He does come with instructions like this and a stat card like so. Like I said, they did note some things in here that I didn't understand. So like it said you can click here, and I don't know what that means. Like they said you can push on this and have it click into place. I don't know what that means. Like it doesn't seem like there's anything to click into place. It says press with some strength and it should click. I don't know. Yeah, the backpack has some recommendations here. Yeah, nothing particularly interesting in terms of the. Yeah, see, I did transform it wrong. I did remember that you have to twist the head around backwards, and I forgot to do that in my haste in trying to do this. Yeah, it's a pretty well designed transformation. Nothing crazy going on. Again, I've already shown this how the flight stand portion attaches. It's just like a couple of screws. You take it apart and you attach it into one of your existing flight stands. Yep, nothing interesting going on here. Or did I miss any questions? Love the Chinglish translations. Oh, yeah. All right. Going back. You're welcome, Tony. Destron, I'm happy to do as many questions and explanations. Sorry about my my mistransformation in a couple places, but you guys get the idea. The only mistransformation I think I truly did was not turning the head around. Make sure to do that because I did mess up my figure a little bit just there. It's on the back, so it's not a big deal. I do have Starscream in robot mode. I just can't really access him. As an alternative, I was bringing out the Conehead, which is essentially the same figure, right? So, same kind of mold, generally the same height. So this will give you an idea of how Starscream stacks up. Any other requests for comparisons? I did a lot early on, so if you guys missed it. Yeah, downshift, no problem. I think everyone will have their own opinion about Frenzy and Rumble. I'll be forever blue Rumble. All right, so last call for questions. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day if you guys don't have any others. What will my next video be? I don't know what my next video will be. I don't know what else is coming right now. Most of the stuff that I have, no real interesting releases have come out recently that I'm looking forward to reviewing. Unfortunately, I do owe one of my friends a review on his custom MP10 blasters. He did a couple of upgrades to these, so I have like 6 different versions that I will be doing a comparison of in not too long. And I owe MMC an installation video. Farshad, I know you've asked for this installation video. I haven't gotten around to doing it. I'm just super busy. I haven't been able to do that, and I don't know if there are any other big releases coming out. Gigapower Grassor coming soon. I do have Gigapower Grassor. I just don't. I have the chrome version, not the metallic version. Oh, Robert, you have that? You have that gun too? Yeah, the gun's really nice. He sent me a whole set, like literally, like three more. He has a couple of the versions for the Nemesis Prime MP10. Yeah, Frank. Hey, how's it going, Frank? Thanks for always commenting. The new Sunstreak, it looks pretty nice. I'm pretty impressed. He does, at first glance, I thought he did just look like an upgraded Bad Cube Sunsurge, but they've done a lot of playability like they've been doing with the recent MP figures, with the working doors, with the options for alt mode, with the more accurate Lamborghini 500S alt mode, or the one with the cartoon accurate kind of thrusters that he has. I think they said they did something with the tail lights as well. So I'm really excited about that figure. You can see a lot of people are, just because they're selling, a lot of people are selling their Sun Surge now. There's kind of a deluge of Sun Surges going on for sale in the various threads and on eBay. So if you've been waiting for a Sun Surge, this might be your best opportunity to get one super cheap. I've seen some selling for as cheap as $60. But we'll be looking forward to that. I don't think there's any other figures I currently have that I'm backed up on in terms of releases. I should be getting some samples from MMC or Ocular Max fairly soon. Probably their next cassette series, their remix series, their Buzzard and Vulture. I think that's what they're calling it. It's their Laserbeak and Buzzsaw. I heard Phoenix came with 2 rifles. No, he came with 1 rifle. This one right here. Yeah. All right, so I think that's going to be it for today, everyone. Thanks for joining. I know it was kind of a long session, so if you guys have anything else, go ahead and leave comments once this video goes live on YouTube. But thanks for everyone for joining. I'm really actually enjoying these live streams. I kind of want to make this a regular thing and not just when I do a figure release. But we'll see. MMC Turbine, I have no idea where that is in the in the pipeline. That was pretty much done at TFCon last July. So I think it's more of a throughput of the factory with MMC now. They have so much coming out. They have their Calidus, which is their Rodimus. They have their Insecticons, which are coming out. They have their newly revised Wing, which is their Alpha. ER4 Smiths, their Tyrantron is coming out. There's just so many MMC things, projects they're coming out with that I think it's just more of a timing of when the factory will have time to push it through than a matter of when it's coming out. Airy. Oh, okay. Airy. For Smiths. Okay. You still need to get a Coulter, Jack, for sure. If you happen to find a Gearwalk mode, I think some people did do a Gearwalk mode of this guy. Downshift, I did do one of my first live streams. I did do a really quick collection show off. My room is a mess right now. I'll go do a really quick pan. Sorry, I'm taking this off the mount. I'll do a really quick pan of my collection is nothing that impressive. So here's some of my details. I have the smallest room in my house. The kids have bigger rooms than I do. So this is my home office. I have some stuff down here. This is my shooting area. Some random stuff down there. This is one of my display cases that you guys made me open and grab a whole bunch of figures from. Mostly masterpiece stuff. I do have some of my More Than Meets the Eye collection there. All this is just random stuff that I bought and just haven't had a chance to unbox yet. So I'm really into One Piece. So this is Mega House. I forget where they're variable action heroes. There's a Frankie. This is one of the exclusives that I got from the Tamashii World Tour, thanks to one of my good buddies who hooked me up with that, even though they were sold out. More stuff down here, like Iron Factory stuff, Solar Chogokin stuff. I'm really getting into Solar Chogokin. Yeah, these are all boxes that are just not open. It's kind of pathetic, and it's not even most of it. I have a new bookshelf that I put up a little while ago, but I haven't assembled some random MMC Ocular Max stuff. I think I showed off this Chogokin Going Merry, which I love. This is probably my favorite figure right now. I've been playing around with it a lot. And this is just my computer setup and everything like that. So nothing random Devastator that comparisons of. So I don't have a bunch of space, unfortunately. So I am very jealous of those of you who have an entire basement dedicated to your collection. If I did that, my wife would probably disown me if I co-opted all that space. But I'm trying to make space for my collection. I'll do another one when I clean a bit more of this up. So hopefully that was helpful in your decision making process for Phoenix. I think it should be pretty straightforward. If you like Skyfire and you need MP Skyfire, this guy is definitely the way to go. If you have Kronos, I'm sure you're already disappointed with that figure. I know I was overall, so I got rid of mine. This guy's overall way better, slightly bigger. It's Fans Toys, so you're getting that kind of Fans Toys expected quality, and the transformation is pretty nice as well. So if you have any other questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. As always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe. We always appreciate that. If you want to get this guy for your collection, go ahead and head over to Toy Dojo, my sponsor for all my reviews. I know they still have a couple left in their first shipment, and they'll be getting more throughout the week. And Anti-Booth, I am not going to transform Megatron again. What are those Mega House figures? For Shad, those are Mega House variable action heroes, One Piece characters. So they're kind of like figure arts, SH figure arts stuff, but a little bit bigger scale, and I think better all quality and molding. To give you an idea, one of their release, I haven't opened them yet, but this is their Usopp. But I love One Piece, so I'm really looking forward to taking the time to open up and mess with these guys. Alright, that's all for today, everyone. Hope you have a good one. If you guys are just joining now, you missed most of it, but the rest of the video will be up on YouTube. Alright, hope you guys have a good one. Bye.